Do you ever go to meetings? Are you in meetings all day long? Are all your meetings efficient and productive where everyone contributes? If so, you probably don't need to listen to this video. If not, stick around. I'm going to give you 5 tips for having meetings that are more efficient, productive, and more engaging. My first tip is no surprise. It's to have a clear agenda, but the agenda has to have set time limits on each topic. In the agenda, you're going to have a specific purpose for the meeting, and every item that you talk about is going to support that purpose or the goal of the meeting. When you provide the agenda ahead of time, it allows people time to prepare, to bring any materials that they need to the meeting, and have questions and ideas to bring as well. Having an agenda allows everyone to stay on track. And if someone brings up something that's tangential or not part of the agenda for that meeting, it gives everyone permission to table that question or comment for another time so that you can get through the purpose of what you brought those people together for. But make sure that you schedule time for things that come up that really do need to be discussed. Once the time is up for a specific topic, move on to the next item, unless, of course, everyone in the group agrees that it's something that really takes precedent and should be talked about right. I know no one really enjoys taking notes and being the note taker for the meeting, but it's really helpful. First of all, if someone can't attend the meeting who really needs to be there, it gives them information about what was discussed, what decisions were made, and what actions are being taken, by whom and by when. An additional reason for taking notes is not everybody needs to be in the meeting. Sometimes people just need to be informed, and having the notes after is sufficient for them. Which brings me to the next point, which is to have the right people in the room. When schedule a meeting, be sure to gather the right people. If the purpose of the meeting is to make a decision, then obviously you need to have the people with critical information to help you make that decision and the authority to make the decision. Don't feel obligated to invite everyone on the project to every meeting. People will appreciate it if you tell them you'll update them after the meeting and they don't have to actually attend. Now, how do you know if someone should attend or not? Here's the clue. If someone's in the meeting and they never contribute ideas or ask questions, or they're working on other work during the meeting, there's a good chance they just need to be updated afterwards with the notes that are taken during the meeting. You can take them off the invite list or put them as optional. Don't be tricked into scheduling meetings where you're just doing project updates. Project updates can usually be communicated through a collaboration tool like Microsoft Teams or Slack, and it's not something we need to pull together people unless we need to discuss how we're going to move forward. Now, to do this efficiently, I have a tip. You could engage a voting system, which is color-coded. Here's how it works. Regarding the topic on the table, everyone votes with a red, a green, or a yellow. If the vote is a green, that means that particular project is on track. There's no discussion needed, no challenges, and everything is moving forward. When there's a yellow vote, that means, hey, we should pause. There's something I'm concerned about. Let's discuss this, resolve it, and then we can move forward. When there's a vote of red, red means stop. Let's talk about this. There's some challenges, there's some obstacles. Maybe there's not buy-in across all of the stakeholders. It's something that's going to prevent the project from being successful. When you get together, if you have all green votes, great. You move forward. Not a lot of discussion is necessary. It's the yellows that need a little bit of conversation, and then the reds that may need some problem solving with the right people in the room. Tip number 4 is to have time for connection. Now that we're working in a virtual environment, most of us are, that we don't have that opportunity to chat with people as we're walking down the hallway and getting into the conference room and sitting around the table before the meeting gets started. We can create that environment in a virtual environment as well by just allowing 3 minutes for people to chit chat with each other, get to know each other on a personal level, and talk to each other as a human being. It doesn't have to all be about work. Now, if you, the leader, don't particularly feel the need to have that personal time to connect with people, that's okay. Allow others that time. Research has shown that when people have a personal connection, they're more apt to collaborate, to share information, to be proactively offering assistance, and they may experience less stress. When the only way we communicate with people is through a keyboard, it's really hard to build rapport and connection and a professional relationship with someone. Research also tells us that many people are craving interpersonal connection in a virtual environment. So if your team is spread out, taking just a couple of minutes at the start of a meeting can go a long way. Our 5th strategy is to celebrate wins. This is a neuroscience-backed strategy for boosting performance and collaboration. Research shows that when we celebrate wins, it activates the reward circuitry in the limbic system part of our brain. And when that happens, it releases dopamine, that feel-good hormone that you know about. When dopamine is released and we get that dopamine hit, it increases our desire to collaborate, increases our creativity, and it makes people experience less stress. When people see group efforts recognized, it fosters a sense of belonging and a shared sense of purpose. Effective meetings are not just about project status updates. They're about making informed decisions with the right people in the room, celebrating accomplishments, and building connection. Implementing these 5 simple strategies can transform your meetings into productive, engaging, and fruitful discussions. See you in the next video.